Let's have a look at example 12. In a class of 24 boys, 16 play football and 11 play baseball. If 2 play neither game, how many play both games? Well, we construct a Venn diagram, and that's the rectangle with these circles inside, right? F is football, B is baseball. If 2 play neither game, so that would be here, that's 2. The universal set is, this should be 24 boys, okay? We know that 2 play neither game, so we can put 2 here, outside the circles, but within the box. The other thing is, how many play both games? Well, we know that obviously, well, we assume that some play both games because it asked us how many play both games. Also, it says here that 16 play football and 11 play baseball. Well, when you add those two numbers up, it's 27. If there's 24 boys, then some must be playing both sports. How many play both games? We put an X in here. That's the unknown. That's the intersection. Those are the people, the boys who are playing both sports. Okay, once we put the X here, we then think back to what the question said. It said 16 play football. So football within that circle is 16. Well, if that's X, this part here must be 16 minus X. Because when you add up 16 minus X plus X, you get 16 within the F circle. Similarly with the baseball, if that's X, then this part must be 11 minus X. Okay. So how many play both games? Well, we know that within the whole universal set, it should equal 24. So they've put the 24 there. And then we just add the 2 plus the 16 minus X plus the X plus 11 minus X. Now you can just add across. When you've got a situation like this, you've got your X, you've got your 16 minus X over here. Okay, that's 16 minus X. And then you've got your 11 minus X. Yeah. Okay. Now, just keep in mind that when you're adding across these circles, that you can actually just clearly just go 16 minus X plus 11 minus X. That's everything within F and B circles. But we also have to add the 2. So if we go over to here, that's why it says therefore 16 minus X plus 11 minus X plus 2 equals 24. And the answer became 5. Now they've only asked us how many play both games. They could ask us how many play only football. If the question was how many play only football, it'd be 16 minus 5, which is 11. If they asked us how many play only baseball, it'd be 11 minus 5, which would be 6. Okay, so that's method 1. Let's have a look at method 2. In method 2, you could start by recognizing that 2 boys play neither game. Okay, well, that's what we did with the previous method. We've just put the 2 in there. And so if 2 boys play neither game, then the number that should be in both circles, when you add up all the numbers in the circles, it should be 22 because it's 24 boys, 2 play neither. So the people who are playing football and baseball would be within the circles. Okay. Now, knowing that that's 22 in the circles, we also know that the people who play football is 16. So within this circle is 16. If you know that, then 22 minus 16, okay, 22 minus 16 means that in this area here, it must be 6 because 16 and 6 is 22. Okay, let me just go through that again. If we know that 2 play neither, and we also know that football within that circle is 16, then we know that the 22 minus 16 must be this part. That's the 6. Okay. We also know that for baseball, 11 people play baseball. So if we know that this area is 6, within the whole circle of baseball, this must be 5 because 5 and 6 is 11. And we know that's the case. So then we know that that's 5. Okay. And we know that's 5 and that's 6. And we know that within F, they're not asking this, but just as in method 1, we can go a step further here and say, well, if that's 5 and that's 6, and we know that within all of this it has to equal 22, then this must be 11. Okay, and that's reflected up here as well. 16 minus 5 is 11. And that's how they get their 5.